So we finally found a coffee shop here in downtown Oaxaca. Been looking for one. They usually have cafes, which is more like a restaurant that serves coffee, but this is an actual coffee shop. This one's called La Organización, the organization, and it says it's organic coffee. I don't know too much about it yet. Let's go check it out. So here we are, La Organización coffee shop. It's the interior. So here, the thing is, so I've been looking for this, and I found it. We actually have whole grain coffee, or whole bean coffee. It's not even a bean, it's actually a seed. But anyway, so they have the whole thing. And they have 3 cuts. So this one is a medium roast. Then they have one that is actually a mix between dark roast and a medium roast. And then they have this one, which is actually already pre-ground. So the main thing is I've been looking for a place that actually had whole bean coffee, and I have not been able to find it as of yet. But today here, this place, I actually found it. I ever went to the mercado, which is like the market where you go get your produce, get your like different things to make meals, and you can also go eat there. And most places actually they sold a lot of chocolate and a lot of things to make chocolate, but coffee already pre-ground, and it was already made. I don't know how long it's been ground for, so I was like, I'm not too sure about that. I'm not saying that pre-ground coffee is something necessarily bad, but the fresher your coffee is when ground, the better cup of coffee you will get. So that's what I wanted to find. And this is the first place that I found that they actually have it like that. I mean, other than those other, I want to call them bigger coffee companies that are not from Mexico, if you know what I mean, with the green and white logo. And so yeah, so we'll see in just a little bit. They're making my coffee back there. They're doing a Chemex for me. So we'll see how that turns out in just a little tiny bit.
Ahorita en 2 minutos vengo a retirar el filtro de seguridad.
Gracias.
¿Hasta para acá?
So besides smelling like like I said before, like a cow or what the chocolate plant, it also has a very fruity, more like a berry flavor. And if you ever get a chance to actually taste the actual berry of the coffee, it tastes very much like a berry, but like a very soft berry, something between, I would say, even between a grape and a strawberry. It's like a very sweet, like fruity flavor. Anyways, but back to the coffee itself. So what I have here is a coffee that was brewed with the Chemex. It was actually a medium roast. So now we're actually going to taste it. It's still hot, so we're going to do a couple different things in terms of how to taste it. First, we're going to take one sip to see how it actually is when it's really hot. Then I'm going to wait a little bit and try it again to see if I get more of the flavors. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of sugar to accentuate some of those fruity flavors, some of those very soft flavors. So the sugar, like to my palate, it actually helps kind of like bring down the acidity or that heavy flavor of coffee where it's like a little bit bitter, and help accentuate all those flavors that you really want to get out of your coffee. So let's give it the first try. So out of that, I got, like I said, very dark chocolate, like what you would like if you ever get like really dark chocolate. That's kind of what like the first flavor that you get. And then it actually is a little bit, it tastes a little bit like savory, kind of like even something that like how a tomato would taste like, or mainly tomato is the flavor that I say that you get in terms of savory. It's not very sweet. It smells very sweet, but the flavor itself is not very sweet. It's actually more, like I said, in the bitter side of things, like dark cherries or like dark chocolate, and it's actually really good. Now it's a lot. Now it's even cooler. So just by letting it sit there for like just a couple of minutes while I've been talking to you guys, the coffee has cooled down to the temperature that I like to drink it. And now it really is very savory. It doesn't taste like coffee, like what the regular flavor of coffee is. So most of the things that you would expect a coffee to taste like is it's usually those are like coffees that are not necessarily the best in terms of like the quality or in terms of like the type of plant that they are, stuff like that. This is this one is actually very savory, something very flavorful, and it is not a sweet coffee in any way, shape, or form. And this is a medium roast. So that would accentuate a lot of the sweetness, a lot of those fruity flavors. But this coffee is actually really, really nice. Now what we're gonna do is, like I said before, we're gonna add just a little bit of sugar. So I know a lot of people think, oh, why are you adding sugar? Sugar is not necessarily good for you. I mainly use raw sugar for various reasons. One, it's not processed as much, and the other thing is that it's actually sweeter than other types of sugar, and it actually helps accentuate, like I said, take a little bit some of those bitter flavors away from your drink, and actually lets you taste all those other flavors that coffee actually has. So if this one brings up some other stuff, then I'll let you guys know just a second when we give it the third try. Oh, there we go. So now I'm getting now it's really tasting like berries. So it does still have that chocolatey flavor, and it does have like very faint flavor of coffee, of what you would expect the coffee to taste like. But like when you first drink it, if you sip and if you get some air in with your drink, you will taste right away very dark berries, like dark cherry, like plum, and like those really heavy like type of berry flavors. That's what you get. This is a very nice cup of coffee, best one I've had so far in a cafe like this that is not a really specialty type of place. This is apparently it's a coffee that's from 7 regions of Oaxaca. So I can't imagine if I get it only from one region. I can imagine that this coffee would be very, very beautiful. Thank you for watching. Chido Rocha here. Come enjoy La Organización Coffee here in Oaxaca, downtown Oaxaca. And don't forget to subscribe and recommend to your friends if you think this is good information for you. Remember, so the Zocalo, it's actually down this road and a block that way. That's where Zocalo is, which is the center of Oaxaca. So this is just north of Zocalo, going towards the big main church in Oaxaca. Over there, Chido Rocha, El Chido Rocha, Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. Check out all my links, and I'll be posting more content soon.